The Kongō, Atago, and Maya class destroyers of the Japan Maritime Self-Defense Forces, or shortly JMSDF, are essential pieces of the Asia-Pacific chessboard. Even though they appear similar to the US Arleigh Burke class, these surface combatants also have unique features. As the weapon detective, we're now investigating the Kongō, Atago, and Maya classes, the Japanese AEGIS warships. The Kongō, Atago, and Maya class AEGIS destroyers are indispensable elements of Japan's ballistic missile defense. They also provide the air defense to the escort fleets of the JMSDF. Even though these warships are defined in three separate classes, the Atago and Maya classes are just the improved follow-on variants of the Kongō-class. The JMSDF's work to have a surface combatant with area air defense capability goes back to the late 1950s. In 1958, Japanese naval staff visited the USA to study the RIM-24 Tartar, which was still under development. After Washington's approval to export this missile, Japan laid down its first surface combatant equipped with surface-to-air missiles in 1962. The destroyer, commissioned in 1965, was named JDS Amatsukaze. She was the only ship of its class and had an analog version of the Tartar guided missile fire control system. The next step was the Tachikaze class, which had a fully digitized fire control system for the RIM-24 missiles. The JMSDF commissioned 3 vessels of this class between 1976 and 1983. Yet, the Tartar had only a 30-kilometer range, which was insufficient for the threat, the Soviet Tu-22M. This bomber, whose NATO reporting name is Backfire, could launch the Ha-22 anti-ship missiles with a range of 400 kilometers, whose NATO reporting name is AS-4 Kitchen. Also, the Soviet naval aviation now had the Tu-16E electronic warfare aircraft, whose NATO reporting name is Badger K. The JMSDF needed a new air defense destroyer with much improved radars and the capability to launch extended-range advanced surface-to-air missiles. Besides, this single-arm Mark 13 launcher of the Tartar missile could not simultaneously deal with multiple threats, which means the new ship had to be equipped with a vertical launching system. So, the JMSDF decided to acquire the AEGIS combat system from the USA in the early 1980s. While the negotiations continued, Tokyo had already approved the construction of 3 Hatakaze-class destroyers with the capability to launch RIM-66M SM-1MR. Washington accepted Japan's AEGIS acquisition request in 1984. So, 1 year later, Japan cancelled the 3rd Hatakaze-class ship and began to work on a new destroyer with AEGIS which would highly resemble the US Arleigh Burke class. Tokyo approved the construction of 4 new surface combatants called the Kongō-class in 1987. The first of its class, JS Kongō, was laid down on May 8, 1990, launched on September 26, 1991, and commissioned on March 25, 1993. She was the first AEGIS-class destroyer possessed by any other nation other than the USA. By 1998, 4 Kongō-class vessels were delivered to the JMSDF. The Kongō-class highly resembles the Arleigh Burke class. Even though its hull has a shelter deck design as with previous Japanese destroyers, it is broader than them to support the superstructure with 4 passive electronically scanned array radar antennas. Due to this change, the outer panel of the hull is inclined to reduce the width of the waterline. Unlike the Arleigh Burke class with a long forecastle and a 1-step lower aft deck, the Kongō-class has a wave-blocking deck design that unifies the upper deck and continues flat to the aft. The sides of the aft deck were slightly sloped to prevent helicopters from interfering with the moorings. The Kongō-class has a helipad and refueling capability for helicopters. It has no hangar. The Kongō-class is entirely steel. Besides, its vital sections are fitted with double bulkheads and nickel-chromium molybdenum steel, which provides better shrapnel protection. To further increase survivability, halogen-free flame retardant cables are used in the ship. The hull is divided into 4 watertight sections. The inclined outer surface of the hull reduces the ship's radar cross-section. To minimize the infrared signature, the funnels are equipped with a special device that sprays water onto them. The Kongō-class is fitted with the prairie maskers to lower the acoustic signature, and various vibration and soundproofing measures are also taken. The first engine room at the front drives the port shaft. The second engine room at the rear drives the starboard shaft. This design also increases survivability. Unlike the Arleigh Burke class destroyers, the Kongō-class can be used as a flagship. So, the destroyer has extra commanding equipment, which makes the ship's internal arrangement quite different from its US counterpart. Also, the Kongō-class has a vertical mast and enlarged superstructure to carry sufficient headquarters equipment, which gives the vessel a distinctive appearance from the Arleigh Burke class. Initially, the Kongō-class had only area air defense capability for the fleet and the RIM-66M SM-2MR Block IIIB missiles. The first three destroyers had the Aegis Baseline 4. The last ship had the Aegis Baseline 5, which included SM-2 Block 4 missile firing capability, Link 16 military tactical data link network system, and combat direction finding feature. Later, all ships were updated to Baseline 5.3 with modernization and gained the capability to fire RIM-66M SM-2MR Block IIIB missile. 2 months after the commissioning of JS Kongō, North Korea conducted a missile test on May 29, 1993. So, Japan and the USA began to study theater ballistic missile defense at the end of the same year. Following another North Korean missile test on August 31, 1998, Japan and the USA launched joint technical research on a sea-based system. As a result of this work, Tokyo decided to equip the Kongō-class with ballistic missile defense capabilities in 2004. The destroyers have been fitted with an Aegis BMD 3.6 system and have gained the RIM-161B SM-3 Block IA missile firing capability. The upgrade was completed in 2007. The Kongō-class, with the systemization centered on the OYQ-102 anti-submarine information processing system, has a better anti-submarine warfare capability than the previous Japanese destroyers. The OYQ-102 is modeled after the AN-SQQ-89 of the Arleigh Burke class. The OQS-102 sonar uses fully digital signal processing and a rubber window sonar dome. Besides, the Kongō-class has a towed OQR-2 sonar deployed from the port side of the stern. The complement of the Kongō-class is about 300 people. The ship has a length of 161 meters, a beam of 21 meters, and a draught of 6.2 meters. Its standard displacement is 7,250 tons, while its fully loaded displacement is 9,485 tons. The combined gas and gas configuration propulsion system consists of 4 25,000 horsepower Ishikawajima Harima General Electric LM2530 gas turbines. The maximum speed of the Kongō-class is 30 knots. Its range is 6,000 nautical miles, in other words, 11,110 kilometers. Tokyo approved the construction of 2 follow-on Atago-class destroyers in 2001 to replace the Tachikaze class. The first vessel of the class, JS Atago, was laid down on April 5, 2004, launched on August 24, 2005, and commissioned on March 15, 2007. The second ship, JS Ashigara, was delivered to the JMSDF 1 year later. The Atago-class is an improved and scaled-up version of the Kongō-class. It is 4 meters longer and about 500 tons heavier. Also, unlike their predecessors, these 2 destroyers have a hangar suitable for an SH-60K helicopter. The Atago-class has a new locally designed stealthy plane structure mast rather than a sturdy truss one. Unlike the Kongō-class, new destroyers are equipped with a 127mm gun turret with a low radar cross-section. Besides, its smokestack is modified and other improvements are introduced to make the ship stealthier. The Atago-class destroyers initially had the Aegis Baseline 7.1. Then, both ships were updated to Baseline 9C, which has brought radical changes to the software environment by creating a true open architecture computing framework. Common source code shared among Baseline 9 variants enhances software development, maintenance, and reuse, boosting the capability to support combat system interoperability improvements and enhance capacity and functionality. Other features of the Atago class are the same as its predecessor. Tokyo approved the construction of two follow-on Maya class destroyers in 2013 to replace the Hatakaze class. The first ship of the class, JS Maya, was laid down on April 17, 2017, launched on July 30, 2018, and commissioned on March 19, 2020. The second ship, JS Haguro, was delivered to the JMSDF 1 year later. The Maya class is 5 meters longer and about 450 tons heavier than the Atago class. But compared to their predecessors, the most significant change is these destroyers have a combined gas turbine electric and gas turbine configuration propulsion system consisting of two Ishikawajima Harima General Electric LM2530 gas turbines, two Kawasaki Heavy Industries M7A05 gas turbines, two diesel engines, and two electric motors. The total output of this system is 69,000 horsepower. Even though the official top speed of the Maya class is 30 knots, due to lower output, these destroyers may have a lower top speed. Besides, the top speed achieved with electric propulsion is estimated to be about 18 knots, slightly less than the 21 knots required for fleet operations. The Maya class has a different hull design to prevent the negative effects on its seakeeping capability caused by increased length and displacement. These destroyers are equipped with AEGIS baseline 9C, allowing them to share surveillance or targeting information with other assets possessing the same capability. The Kongō-class has two Mark 41 vertical launching systems with 90 cells in total. The cell number in Atago and Maya classes is 96. All three classes can fire the RIM-66M SM-2MR Block IIIB and RIM-161B SM-3 Block IA surface-to-air missiles. The Block IIIB SM-2MR, with over 160 km range and Mach 3.5 maximum speed, is effective against anti-ship missiles and other conventional air targets such as aircraft and helicopters. Besides, it has the infrared guidance mode, which increases cruise missile intercepting capabilities. The RIM-161B SM-3 Block IA with one color seeker has a 900 to 1200 km range and a top speed of Mach 8.8. The anti-ballistic defense missile features a solid divert altitude control system. As you may see, unlike the similar Aegis warships, these destroyers do not carry close to medium-range air defense missiles. The JMSDF deploys the Kongō, Atago, and Maya classes with two separate mission definitions. When these ships perform the ballistic missile defense duties, the Akizuki-class destroyer provides close air defense for them. When they provide area air defense for an escort fleet, other surface combatants with close air defense capability are already in the task force. So, the JMSDF does not need to equip the Kongō, Atago, and Maya classes with the RIM-162 ESSM missile. The Kongō and Atago classes can also fire the RUM-139 VL ASROC, an inertial navigation system-guided missile carrying a Mark 46 Mod 5A lightweight torpedo. Its range is 22 km. Differently, the Maya class uses the locally developed Type 07 missiles with a 30 km range for the same mission. The Kongō-class carries 8 RGM-84 Harpoon anti-ship missiles with a 222 kg semi-armor piercing warhead and 124 km range. Its maximum speed is Mach 0.86. On the other hand, the Atago and Maya classes have 8 SSM-1B anti-ship missiles, also known as the Type 90, with a range of 150 km and a 260 kg high-explosive warhead. The Kongō-class has one 127mm Oto Melara 127 L54 Compatto gun with a rate of fire of 45 rounds per minute. Its range is 23 km. Differently, the Atago and Maya classes have one 127mm 62 caliber Mark 45 Mod 5 naval gun with a stealthy turret design. Its rate of fire is 40 rounds per minute. The gun's maximum range is 37 km. All three classes have two 20mm 6-barrel Mark 15 Phalanx close-in weapon systems. Its rate of fire is 4,500 rounds per minute. The effective range of the Phalanx is about 1.5 km. The Kongō, Atago and Maya class destroyers also have two 324mm triple-tube HOS 302 torpedo launchers. The Aegis destroyers of the JMSDF are essential in the West Pacific to balance China's increasing naval and naval aviation capabilities and North Korea's ballistic missile threat. They have command and control capability and better survivability than their US cousins. Defining them as just Japanese Arleigh Burkes would be unfair. Thanks for watching our video. And please don't forget to subscribe to our channel and click the bell button to be notified of our new videos. Also, you can now click the join button to support our channel. And as always, we would greatly appreciate all of your likes, comments and shares.